The last piece we have to create a drawing of in dimension is the box bottom. So to do that, I've opened up a ANSI millimeter drawing, and I'm first going to go into my sheet and edit sheet and switch to a size A drawing, the 8.5 by 11, to get that down to the size that it needs to be for the drawing that we are creating. So now that I've done that, I'm going to insert my base view over here under place view, base view. I'm going to go search and find the file, or right here, with the box bottom. So I'm going to select that. Now I'm going to place a side view right in the center. Drag up, do a top view, as well as a bottom view, side view, and isometric view. I'm then going to right click and press create. It'll create these drawings, and now I have them available to annotate. So let's start with basic dimensions. So we go over to annotate, dimension. Let's first dimension the overall width of this. It's at 50. And okay, I'm going to dimension the overall height of this at 30. And then I'm going to dimension the width of it right here at 20. Actually, I'm going to, just so it doesn't get cluttered, I am going to dimension that piece over here because I'm going to be applying some hole dimensioning over here, and I want that 20 to be out of the way of those hole dimensions. Okay, so with the basic dimensions now fixed, I'm going to first going to add that wall thickness. Just like the box top, we have a uniform wall thickness of 2 millimeters. So I'm going to type in that, and TYP for typical, and wall thickness, and select OK so that signifies, hit escape so I can grab this and now drag it. Just giving the information that we have a typical wall thickness on this box of 2 millimeters. Okay. Should probably go in now and create center marks on all of our holes. So I went up here, selected center mark under symbol, and I've got several holes to apply center marks to. And just clicking on the holes, it produces the center marks. I'll go ahead and do it to both the top and bottom view so that we have center marks on the top and bottom. Okay. So this top one right here, I am going to use this top one to annotate the hole dimensions and then also the hole locations. So to do that, for hole dimensions, I'm going to click on my feature notes, my hole and thread, and simply select that, and it's going to show that I have a 2 diameter hole through 8 millimeters. Now, that's not true. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click it. I'm going to show you what's going on here. I'm going to go in and open up the actual model that I'm annotating. So open here, that's going to be a box bottom, which I've got right here. So I'm going to open up that model. And in all reality, that those holes, those through holes, do not extend 8 millimeters. They only extend through the thickness of this, which I believe is 2 millimeters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find that hole feature. I believe that it's this, and then it's rectangular pattern. So I'm going to right click and go edit feature. And the reason it's saying that right now is because I have my hole depth here, as you can see, set to 8 millimeters. I don't need it set to 8 millimeters because it's just a through hole. So I'm going to go through all. So it'll switch, it'll get rid of that depth dimension and just know that it's a hole that's 2 millimeters in diameter that goes through the surface I'm constructing it on. And I'm going to click OK. I'm going to save this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my drawing. And you'll notice that it's already updated. It's already changed it to a 2 millimeter diameter hole at a depth of 8 millimeters to a 2mm diameter through hole, which is exactly what we wanted. Now I'm going to dimension the location of the centers of these holes. To do that, I am going to dimension from side to center of that hole, but there's 2 stacked on top, so I'm going to go 2x for that dimension. Okay, and then I am going to dimension from the center of this hole to the center of that hole, and as we know, that's a 47. Again, there's 2 sets of those, so I'm going to go 2x, get rid of that at symbol, and click OK. So we're doing well so far. That's the horizontal dimensioning that I've now taken care of. Now I want to do the vertical dimensioning. Vertical dimensioning, I'm going to start at the bottom here and go to the center here. And that's a dimension of 1.5. Again, 2x. I'm going to escape my dimensioning so I can click and drag this up here like that. And I'm going to give it that dimension right there. I'm going to actually drag that. See if I can drag that down a little bit to get out of the way there. There we go. That's a little bit better. And then I'm going to dimension from this center hole to that center hole. Okay, again, that's a 2x. So I'm going to select OK. And then, cancel. I'm going to escape out of dimensioning and drag this dimension up. There we go. So everything is clear and free and where it needs to be. So we've dimensioned the horizontal and vertical locations of the holes from this side and this side. We now know where the holes are supposed to be. Okay, I'm going to take and grab that and drag it down a little just to make some more space between those two. Okay, there's one more thing that we need to dimension, and that's these, well, 2 more things. The first thing we need to dimension is our typical fillet. So what I'm going to do is go to dimension. I'm going to select on this fillet right here and come down, and it's a radius of 2 like we know. And I'm going to write typical so that we know the typical fillet here is a 2mm fillet. There we go. Okay, but the other piece that needs to be in dimension is this cutout right here. I have the cutout of I believe 3 by 3 or it's 4 by 4 millimeter cutout here in order to place those holes that create that flange. So I'm going to start at this bottom left hand corner again, and I'm going to apply a horizontal dimension from here to here, and I'm going to apply 2x to it because I know that there's another vertical one, another dimension like that straight up here, this cutout up here. So I've got that. And now I'm going to dimension the vertical piece of that. So that's from here to that surface. I'm going to drag that out and I'll bring it to here. And again, I'll do 2x. And select OK. I'm going to exit out of my dimensioning. I'm going to drag this up here. Okay. Now, what's interesting is I only have to add, I believe, 2 more dimensions to this, because this dimension right here, okay, this dimension right here takes care of this thickness and this thickness over here. Okay, this dimension here takes care of that thickness, or that dimension there. So what I need to do is, if I apply a dimension from here to here, okay, at 2x, and if I apply a dimension from here to here, again at 2x, and I can mess around with this one to get it up and out of the way. I don't have to dimension this bottom one right here at all because this dimension takes care of the horizontal and this dimension here takes care of the vertical. Likewise, the vertical here is taken care of by this dimension over here. So now I have everything dimensioned except for this. I just noticed at the very beginning needs a 4x because there are 4 holes. So with that